101.1 FM and AM 1160. AccuWeather says gorgeous day today, mostly sunny and a high temperature of 76 degrees. It's kind of weather you'd like to have at something like, say, the Northern Appalachian Folk Festival, right? Our conversation with Tony DeLoreto today. Brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Tom. How are you?
That's wonderful.
Todd.
Wonderful. Good to have
Todd,
you.
I don't know.
I understand.
I'm on the wrong program.
I understand. I understand. I'm completely forgettable. The Northern Appalachian Folk Festival is back this year, and it is so good.
Yes,
we're able to get this thing going again.
Yes, we're happy to be part of the community event, and it's just nice to be back in the community doing things, getting people here, and it's a dream of Dr. Jim Doherty, who is the main reason why the Northern Appalachian Folk Festival is here. And with the Delaney Automotive Group being a title sponsor again, and without people like that and businesses like that supporting the community, it shows the love of the community, the Appalachian area, and that's what this is all about. This showing Appalachia, its beauty, and why it's terrific to be from around this area.
It is such a tremendously wide area. The whole Appalachian range goes multi-states, and Pennsylvania is right there in the heart of it. And so this festival itself, it's not your typical music festival. There's a whole lot more associated with it.
A ton more going on. We have the Walk of Fame, and when we do have the music, we have vendors coming in from everywhere, and then repeat vendors, which tells a lot about our festival, that people want to be here, and they've been here in the past. We're starting off on September 9th with the documentary of we were just talking about it, the Civilian Conservation Corps that was started in the 30s and part of the New Deal. So we're showing a documentary at the Philadelphia Street Playhouse at 6:30 on Thursday the 9th. And we're going to have a lot of things here. A lot of bands will be going on. 9/11, of course, is Saturday's going to be the 20-year anniversary of 9/11, and we're going to there's going to be a lot of focus on that, just sure. Remembering the people that were involved in that. And I had a good friend of mine. His brother was on the first plane that went to the World Trade Center. So it's just a lot of there'll be a lot of reflecting and what's important, to everybody and why we should appreciate what's going on. But yeah, and then Friday we're going to have Somebody to Love. They're going to open up on Friday afternoon, and then we're going to have the Moore Brothers from Clearfield. At 8 o'clock we'll have 13 Stories. They're a band, they're an 80s band. On Saturday we're going to have a 9/11 ceremony at 11, and there'll be bands from Pure Gold will be. We'll be performing in their farewell tour, they're calling it, and a lot of people like that. That's for the older generation and the new people that just enjoy the music. And we have the Peace Sign Band on Saturday evening, and then the Juke House Bombers. They're gonna rock Philadelphia Street that night. We also have the storytelling contest that will be going on Saturday, and that's been a lot of fun the last few years. And Jim Resch and Sherry, they're involved this year, helping getting it off the ground and continue to get it going. We'll have a children's alley behind the American Legion with a bounce house, and there's just a lot of events going on. We'll have we're going to be having what do you call them, the workshops. Be lots of workshops going on. Another thing. And then on Saturday we're going to have it's a fiddler player, Jimmy Herman, at noon. He'll be playing from noon to 1:30. He was a fiddler player for Carrie Underwood for 9 years.
Yeah.
And then right after that we're going to have a fiddlers contest, and that'll be from 1:30 to 3:30. And there's going to be $900 in prize money. So we're going to get some people to come to this event. There'll be a fiddlers contest with 4 categories, and it'll be a banjo, guitar, and a mandolin. So there'll be 4 different instruments, and we're looking to have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And
well, that brings up a lot about what this particular festival is about. When you have the workshops where you're actually learning some of the things about the Appalachian region, you're learning about the crafts and the craftsmen and women who have done so much down through the years, and their lore has been passed down. And so we learn about that. We are able to visit vendors who actually sell products made in the old style way, and just recalling other times, and they really bring up the fact that it's really a history lesson when you go to the Northern Appalachian Folk Festival.
It is, and I think that's the vision of Dr. Doherty. I mean, he wants to really preserve our tradition and expose it to people that really aren't familiar with what's happening, even when they're from this area. Mm-hmm. So and that's brings together community involvement and everybody getting together and having a good time doing it.
Storytelling is a big part of that as well.
And also, you also got the Walk of Fame. It's in its fourth year. So we have some. There'll be 6 people inducted, and one of them from locally from around here is for the arts. The beloved Ken Hiram Holiday, from Hiram and the Walkers. He will be. He will be one of the inductees, and we're looking forward to that. And all this takes place on the 500 block, Todd, and then with the backdrop and the stage being the old courthouse, and it's just a beautiful scene. People in the streets. There will be open containers, and we require wristbands to be drinking in the designated area. Yeah. So everybody be responsible, and that's how it's been for the last few years. Why we've been doing this, and it's just a really terrific event that just brings a lot of people to Indiana. Fills the hotels, and all that kind of stuff. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Hiram and the Walkers. How many times did they share the stage at events just like this with groups like Pure Gold and all of the local bands that have become legendary, and they have that legendary following wherever they play. You see those same people showing up because they love them so much, and that's a lot about what we're going to see at the Northern Appalachian Folk Festival.
Yes, and it's a lot of that and more. And we're also going to have 2 benches dedicated in honor of the 2 Indiana County women that lost their lives in the Scud missile attack. So that's going to be part of the ceremony too, and I think we're going to have family members there to pay their respects and just to congratulate and thank everybody that's been a part of the past with involved in 9/11 and in sacrificing their time for for their country, and we just want to remember those people and make sure we take it to heart.
I believe that's an anniversary month too. That's 1991. That Scud missile attack.
Yeah.
Wow. My goodness, so much happened in the course of the last 30 years, but really this celebrates more than just the last 30. It goes all the way back to really the origins of our country and the way that it developed along that Appalachian Trail. And certainly the Northern Appalachian Folk Festival is all about that. So, Tony, where can people learn information about it? And I'm assuming that with the open container that those bracelets can be purchased ahead of time, yes?
No, they'll be purchased day because they'll be checking everybody's ID, making sure everybody's 21, and that's when you can.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Todd. What did you ask me?
Where can people learn information about the festival itself?
NAFInc.org has all the updated information. That's the site you go see. NAFInc, NAFF Inc. NAFInc.org. That's where you can get all the information, and we're looking forward to having a tremendous time, and fortunately for us, our part of it, we've had good weather in past years, and as we all know, it can go. Unfortunately for the
West Sylvania,
boy, that was and that's also Delaney's Automotive Group. Also, they do a lot in the community. They sponsored that also, but it was just. The weather being the way it was unfortunate. But hopefully, we've been very fortunate in the years past with terrific weather, and hopefully that'll go the same way.
For folks who are watching us on Facebook this morning and may not be aware of where the festival itself takes place.
On the 500 block of Philadelphia Street. And in the past, it's been on the 500 and 600 block, but this year it's on the 500 block. And, and we're just glad to be back because of COVID. But that's what it'll be. That's what it'll be. They'll have the streets blocked off. The stage will be there. And just looking forward to it. It's it's about time. I think everybody's itching to get out there and and getting that open air and enjoy being somewhat normal. You know,
Yeah.
and unfortunately for me, everybody, all my fellow restaurateurs, you know, they're getting a little bit taste of what it used to be normal. Except for me, I'm not there yet, Todd. As you
You're
know.
not there yet. Well, again, it's the second weekend of September. September 9th is going to be the Thursday night.
Thursday night, the documentary
they
for the
show the
CCC
documentary,
at the Indiana Players.
and festival the rest of the way.
Yeah, and then Friday and Saturday, and we're going to start at 4:00 and start with Somebody to Love, and just come on out and see it. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So that is coming up. While you're here, let's ask you about Spaghetti Benders. And, folks keep asking the question, when is Tony going to get that place open
You know,
again?
it's been a work in progress. You know, we were talking about it earlier. Being a building that's over 120 years old, they've been finding some structural issues, and you just got to take care of them because, and I keep on telling myself in the long run it's going to be good. It's just been hard because you miss everybody. And I've been,
Sure.
doing the same thing for 30 years, and then now for the last 4 months I've been doing nothing but playing a lot of golf, and it's and I peaked in early April, so my golf game hasn't been on the rise.
We've heard about your legendary golf game, Tony. So you get a few more weeks to work on that.
Yes,
but at the same time, you're starting to ramp up.
Yeah, things are starting to move. That's why my contractor would just call me. I'm gonna have to call him here in a brief minute. But we're starting to move. We're hoping. The hope is mid-August, and then hopefully no later than late August. Yeah. But that's what we're shooting for because the festival is the 10th and 11th, and I have to retrain myself, Todd, because it's been 4 months. I got to I got to look at the recipes again, maybe.
I think if you've been making them for as long as you have a pretty good idea what you need to do. But
yeah,
it'll be good to get you open up again.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for asking.
Tony DeLoreto, Spaghetti Benders, of course, but in this case, we're talking about the Northern Appalachian Folk Festival, and again, NAFFINC, nafinc.org, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, Tony, thanks for coming.
Hey, thank you for having me, Todd. I really appreciate it.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.